coach, and then go into questions.
Anybody that covers sports knows how hard it is to win on the road. Um, and I went to bed last night knowing we were either gonna not even let it be a game or we're gonna have to gut it out. And because we're getting ready to go on the road again versus a ranked team, I believe we needed a victory like this. Of our team, probably one of our best wins of the season because a lot of adversity happened and our team still figured out how to win. They stayed composed, um, they stayed together in spite of.
Yeah,
Hey, Coach.
just kind of your thoughts. Obviously, ugly is maybe not a fair word to say, but the first quarter, just what you saw of your team and how they kind of got through that first 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was just we were just really getting a little bit of frazzled, but we never even like there was no, I never felt anxious in that situation because we still held them to 10 points. So, just figuring it out. Our team, when you lose an emotional game like we did with Texas, you know, there's a lot of stuff that comes with that. And so that was still in the back of our players' minds. And what I loved about what they did was they figured out how to win. And when you have watched us, when it has gotten crazy, we have not always figured out how to win. And I'm going to grow with this team. And okay, the first quarter was great, but the second quarter we had 22 points, then 18, and then 14. I told the team to shoot around free throws and layups. We made them when it mattered the most.
Hey, yo, I know that you've talked about wanting to see Maddie be more aggressive. It seemed like she was that today. Just can you talk about her performance a little bit?
Yeah, I thought Maddie was phenomenal from a leadership standpoint. Just keeping everybody composed, 19, 8, 5 assists, 100% from the free throw line, 50% from the field. I mean, that's what you expect. I expect two people I expect to show up every game. Madison Scott and Kennedy Todd Williams. Those are the two that have been in the fire with me last year. So they know what it's like. Everybody else is learning. And so I was really proud of how Maddie's leadership was and the big stops that we made collectively. And she was a big part of that.
The rebounding numbers really pop 40 to 22, and then offensively, 15 to 2. I guess what went into that and how big of an impact was especially the offensive rebounding today?
Huge. We felt like there was an advantage there for us. And not only did we come up with rebound, timely one, we came up with timely ones. You know, that rebound Christine got, and then understanding that it was a jump ball situation and passing it out instead of allowing it to tie up. As you all can't even understand how proud I am of this team because I have seen a lot of the instances that happened before, and we have not come out with the win. This was a huge win for us.
Yo, kind of going off my first question, but I know, earlier in the year when you would not call timeouts, you kind of let them figure it out. Was it to get ready for kind of games and situations like this?
Yeah, I mean, I started burning them when it mattered the most, but I have a lot of confidence in this team. Like they know the reads, they know what to do, and if I feel like they're in a situation that is where it's going to be a disadvantage for us, I'll call a timeout. But they handled it, and they understood what we wanted to do, and here's the thing. The SEC, this is not coach speak. It's the best league in the country. Okay. And I will that Georgia team in any kind of postseason, whether it's WBI, whatever, would come out on top. They would win games. The league is tough. Every night that you play, you can get beat. We just saw Missouri beat Mississippi State. They had 0 wins on the road. So you have to, there were so many win instances, Jake, that I saw throughout the game that were super proud. And I'm gonna show the team and we're gonna build off of it.
Any more questions? Thank you, Coach. Next, we're gonna have questions for Kennedy Todd Williams.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Kennedy, I guess you probably just heard Coach Yo, but she talked about maybe the importance of bouncing back after the last game. And I guess from a player's perspective, how big was this win?
It was really big. I mean, tough team. But I mean, we just fought, through adversity, just really just sticking together as a team, staying composed. Leadership was at a time high. And everyone that was on the floor, from the bench to the, people that were on the floor, it was really big for us. That last game was, a little devastating. But we just have to continue to grow and continue to, really build and build off of this one, especially because it's, on the road. And, obviously it's hard to win on the road, but, we come out here and we do what we need to do and we secure the win. So, very proud of this team.
Kennedy, is this one of those games that y'all can maybe look back at or circle moving forward of how maybe y'all grew some in those 40 minutes?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is this one of those games where you can circle, looking back as the season moves on, that maybe y'all grew throughout inside these 40 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is something that we've been, really looking for, like, someone, that, still is in the game and, we're punching them, they're punching us back. And then, we, are the tougher team because we're coming out, and we're fighting through that adversity, when that happens. And so when the crunch time, Christine came up with that big rebound. KK came, sealed it with, those free throws and stuff. So that's what you want to see. And so this is something, like I said, we just have to build off of. So yeah, it was really good.
Hey Kennedy, as one of the leaders on this team, just how did you and Maddie sort of rally the troops after that tough loss?
Um, just really just fighting through, adversity, staying composed, not letting that loss like define us because we're better than that. We're better as a team. And so, we can, compete at the highest level, and play against any top 25 team, because we are one of them. Like, we should be in there, but, as a team, just really just coming together and just fighting through everything.
Any more questions? Awesome. Okay, thank you guys.